One of the topics that Croatia got as a part of a project DEAR was time. In previous two lessons we were talking about telling the time and prepositions that go with that, so now we decided to talk about the other concepts that we connect with time, like days, months, seasons, festivals, parts of the day, and connected to that, daily routines. We were doing two lessons on this topic. Each lesson lasted for 45 minutes. English teacher and computer science teacher were doing the lessons together. Students participating in the lessons were lower secondary school, so aged 13 to 14. As the introduction, students were asked what different things can we talk about if the topic is time, and not about telling the time. Students gave their suggestions: days, months, seasons, decades. After that, they were projected a spidergram on the board with different subtopics of time: days, months, seasons, festivals, special days, and parts of the day. After that, they were given different words like Wednesday, evening, autumn, May, Mother's Day, Christmas, and they had to come to the board and put the words in the correct place where they think they belong. After all the words were on the board, we checked if everything is in the right place and made corrections where they were necessary. Also, students had to decide what preposition will they use with each group of the words: in, on, or at. For example, will they say on Monday, at Monday, or in Monday? They said their answer and the teacher wrote it on the board. Students were then asked to say one more word for each group of the words. After we have mentioned examples for all the group of words, we decided to deal with each group of words individually. First, students had to revise days of the week and months of the year. They did it by doing word search they already had on their computers. Word search was made in the puzzle maker. After they finished, they had to answer some questions, like what is your favorite day of the week and what is your favorite month of the year and why, so they had to explain their answers. Next step was talking about seasons. Students had to name all the seasons and say what months belong to which season. They had to name 3 months for each season. Also, they had to explain what is their favorite season and why. When we checked what month belongs to which season, students got the handout about the different seasons. They were doing it in pairs. On the handouts, students had the description of summer, spring, autumn, and winter, but some words were missing from the texts. Missing words were written in the middle of the handout, and students had to put them in the correct text to get the right description. After they finished, students read their answers to check if they did it correctly. Next thing we talked about were festivals and special days in each season. Students had to think about the festival or special day that they know in each season, for example, in winter Christmas or in spring St. Patrick's Day. Also, they had to say which festival or which special day they prefer and why. Next step was talking about parts of the day. Students were first watching a song, Good Morning, Afternoon, Evening, Night, from the YouTube. After watching it, they had to say which parts of the day they heard and also which activities are mentioned for each part of the day. Following activities was an exercise in which they had to connect correct part of the day with its definition. The exercise was created in hot potatoes. After they have finished, they could check their answer and correct them if they had any mistakes. After, the students had to name parts of the day in the correct order, so dawn, morning, midday, afternoon, dusk, evening, night, and midnight. On whiteboard, they had a picture projected. On the picture, they could see different parts of the day, so they could check if they put them in the correct order. When they wrote all parts of the day, they had to write some activities, so things that they usually do in each part of the day. For example, in the morning, I have breakfast. In the last activity, students combined art, ICT, and English. They had to register on Tundu, and after doing that, they made a comic about their daily routines. They had to make pictures and add some text to describe what they are doing in each picture.